Yo, what is up, guys? We are back at it with another commentary video. So this one, it's not your traditional like just Yu-Gi-Oh match. What I did here, it's me and my buddy Austin. We're just at his place, kind of messing around, and I pick up one of his decks. So he's got trains, Sky Striker trains fully built, and Umi control fully built out. So I figured I'd just mess around with one of his decks, and we'd just play back and forth. Not really playing matches, but more so just playing game after game. And with that being said, I don't really feel the need to do some commentary on this one. Not like a play-by-play, not your traditional commentary. Not sure which video is going to come out first, but on one of the videos I talk about just giving you guys like a little story time. I mean, with a lot of these games, especially the casual games, you know what a lot of these cards do. I mean, you don't need someone to tell you the play-by-play. You're watching the game, so it's a little bit pointless to be doing that. So I had the idea of going through Reddit. Now I know what you're thinking. You're scrambling in your mind right now, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He's going through Reddit. This is the world's ending. Reddit is literally hell on internet, and I agree with you guys. I do. Trust me. Reddit's a terrible place. Never go through it. I don't have Reddit downloaded. What I did is I looked up what are some of the craziest Yu-Gi-Oh stories people have. And I think it's going to be pretty fun to just take, 20 or so minutes. This game's on 2x speed, so while you're watching this, you can listen to me read you off some stories. But thought it'd be fun just to, crank some of these out. We can laugh about it. You guys can, if you're by yourself, you can just chuckle. I'm going to chuckle. You already fucking know. The idea of this, I'm going to make it a series. It'll probably be called Yu-Gi-Oh! And Chill. That's what I have as one of my playlists on Spotify, but just gonna be some chill time where I'm reading some stories. The idea of this whole segment is that I'll have someone else here with me, and it's gonna be the start of a podcast. My buddy Austin, who's right here, I brought the idea up to him today, and he seemed pretty down to do it. So in the future, I'm sure we're gonna have some more stories for you guys, and it's gonna be a blast. So I got my tea with me to help my throat as I'm reading these so it doesn't get too dry. But I'm gonna take a sip and we're gonna jump right into one of these stories, and let me tell you, these things are premium gold. And if you guys get that reference, you've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit, and congrats, but goddamn, let's hop right into these in a second. Alrighty, the title of this Reddit thread: what are your craziest freak out stories? This guy's right here. He says, we all know the Yu-Gi-Oh community has its fair share of salt-based tilts over the years. That is such a light way of putting it. You fuckers are saltier than the goddamn sea. I'd like to hear your horror stories as well after what happened to me yesterday. At my LGS, I don't know what that means. I thought it meant luxury gaming series, but maybe it means something else. At my LGS, I saw my first ever straight up table flip and fist fight break out. Pause. Right here. If someone is fucking fist fighting and flipping tables, dude, I'm getting out the goddamn recorder, GoPro, and I'm screaming, top of my lungs, World Star! World Star! If you guys were ever in high school and you heard that, if you heard someone yelling World Star, you just knew that you were in for the best day of high school life right there. Anyways, this was a store-sponsored event for a few $100s and store credit, so it brought out a large crowd. Naturally, round 6, a player who seemed to have an attitude problem from the beginning of the tournament lost his play into top 8. You would never see me in the same country again. I'm moving. He was paired down, and his opponent was on Chainburn but couldn't draw due to breakers. Jeez, bro, that's disgusting. Chainburn, you gotta kill that player. I mean, I'd be fist fighting him too, honestly. The Chainburn player, both games got near a perfect burn hand to put him away extremely quickly. The guy lost it, accused his opponent of cheating. I don't blame him, man. It's a Chainburn player. I'm doing some wicked stuff to him too. The Chainburn hero at this point had been handling the verbal abuse and saltiness by keeping a calm poker face and not engaging. Alright, pause right there. Let me tell you, this Chainburn player, he's not a real human being, alright? Keeping calm, poker face, he's a psychopath. You know, that's why he's not showing emotion. He's a fucking psychopath. I mean, this guy's playing Chainburn at a big-ass tournament. Don't try to humanize him. He's not human. Anyways. Oh, excuse me, guys. I just had to mute my mic right there. As, you know, got some bubbling coming up through the throat. Didn't want to burp right in your guys' ear. Anyways, back to it. Didn't say anything. And passed him the match slip, and the dude straight up flipped the table with 4 other active matches on it. Oh my god. When I originally read the beginning of this story, I assumed that the table flip was just those 2 players on it. That's completely fine. It happens, you know, no big deal. Brush it off. You pick up your cards, you're on with your day. 4 other active matches on it. Let me tell you guys, I swear to God, and you guys can even clip this and take it for future, whatever you need for the future. If I'm playing on a table, listen to me right here, guys. Turn up the audio and listen to this. If I'm playing on the table, and brother from 2 spots down flips the table on me, bro, the hell that occurs, he's not ready for. He's never seen anything like it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm rushing down there. I'm yelling World Star while recording and messing this guy up. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm Jackie Channing the shit out of him, giving him the roundhouse kick, backhanded slap. Dude, spinning elbow to the nose. The kid's done for. Holy shit. He flips the table with me. 3 other people on it. Yeah. Lights out. It was unreal to watch. The table flip happened fast, but my brain captured it in slow motion like a scene from a Renaissance painting. Oh god. Big gulps. Subway sandwiches. What the hell? Halal food? I don't know what that is, but dice and cards went flying along some of the heavier players on the wrong side of the table. Oh man. There was a small fist fight between the titled players' friend groups and some other LGS regulars, but the owner basically separated them and tossed all of them permanently, along with opening a case with the police, and I'm assuming Konami. Jesus. That is not even the end of it, guys. The burn player took his prize support and dipped because the whole fiasco left an awful taste in his mouth. He was too preoccupied picking up his deck, it didn't really register that a fight was breaking out. I had a buy and had the best view from start to finish, so I provided most of the details to store staff. Afterwards, multiple veterans told me this wasn't even top 10 craziest freakouts they've ever seen in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Would love to hear what's crazier, and that is the beginning of this thread, guys. This is an absolute banger. If you are listening to this video, please open this bad boy up and follow along. Like I said, I just typed in Yu-Gi-Oh craziest stories and this Reddit thread popped out. And the title of it is, what are your craziest freak out stories? Absolutely insane. Let me tell you what, guys. I mean, if I get paired down first off and it's to a burn player, I'm already on tilt. I'm already there, like, you know, I'm ready to fight, throw hands, you know, kick, punch, throw cards at him. Dude, I'll throw a fucking ninja star into his eye. I don't care. It's a burn player. They deserve no respect. Now, if I'm playing for the top 8 and I lose to the burn player and I lose to him, bro, I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. I can never show my face again. Like, I'm actually gone. Like, you're not seeing me at the locals. You're not seeing me in town, at the local Wally World, at the local Kroger, Aldi's. I don't care. I'm either a hermit inside of my house or I'm moving countries. Like, there's no other option, guys. That's it. That's it. Jesus. And then if this kid flips the table, or if I flip the table and 3 other brothers want to scrap, I'm there for it, because you already know I'm angry. You already know I just lost to a burn player. I'm not the one to mess with right here. I am not, dude. I'll take 3, 4, 5 of you fucking Yugi nerds on. I don't give a shit. Dude, I got the power of God inside of me now. God in anime, goddamn. Not messing. You're not even laying a finger on me. Oh, guys. That's a good one. If you guys have any crazy stories below, too, comment them. I love reading about beef. I love it. I'm a fiend fiend for this. Ooh, alright, we got less than probably 15 minutes or so left on this video, so we're gonna hop into another crazy story. It's sorted by best, so I'm assuming this is a good one. I'm gonna take another sip of this tea and we're gonna jump right into it. Alright. So, this one right here starts off by saying not as crazy, but considering it's the next best one, it's gotta be pretty good, right? These are all from about a year ago. And it reads as follows. Not as crazy, but I had this little freak out happen at a Winamat at my locals. This was from a new guy as well. At least I hadn't seen them since I started in February of this year, and it was late April, early May at this point. I was playing Marincess, horrible deck, guys, please never play it. Pre-support, even worse deck, I don't know why this guy ever played it. And I managed to get into top 2 after winning versus 2 Adventure Despia players and a Zombie World player. Zombie World's also a disgusting deck, please don't play that one, guys. The guy I was facing was 3-0, like me. Crazy how that happens, and he was on Madolche. Okay, respectable. He was pretty calm the whole time, and never showed any signs of a person who would flip out after losing a match. Game 1, he says that he bricks, passes to me, and I make my board just to see him scoop once I end on towers, plus wave, plus 2 cards in hand. Game 2, it was a long grind game. I made my board, and he broke it, shuffling back my towers twice up until turn 8 or 9, in which I ended on towers, GBR, plus 2 imperm, plus 2 cards in hand, and a draw on his standby phase. Guys, I don't know Marincess cards very well, so if you know what that means, please decipher it. However, he was on top deck mode with nothing on the board, and 2 other cards in his hand. Hoot Cake plus Messengelato. I don't really know Madolche cards that well either, so tell me if that's pretty good or not. He did pull a good starter and started going ham, but he cheated me out of a negate because he played Madolche Salon into my imperm column before activated. That's in parentheses or quotes, whatever it is. And he used his regular normal summon on a Hoot Cake that got negated via imperm in the same column as Salon. So he attempted to normal summon again, and I told him it was negated, but he proceeded to argue with me that he never needed to declare which normal summon he was using, so he apparently used his Salon summon first without me knowing it. I just let it go and he continued, but he did shuffle back my towers again and attacked for some damage. My turn comes, I make the towers again for the 4th time this duel, and he surrenders. Okay, it's getting juicy here, guys. You can hear it, or you can see it. It gets juicy. You'll never guess what happens next. He grabs my field spell to take it out of the sleeve and rips it up. Then he says, "You win." Gives me his Madolche deck and leaves without collecting his 2nd place prizes. Oh my god, guys. Some kid grabs my card, takes it out of the sleeve, rips it in fucking half. I'm tearing that kid's head off. He's going home as the Headless Horseman and dressing up as that for Halloween. His mother is not going to recognize him again. I don't give a damn if it's a common field spell, super rare, collector rare, QCR, ghost rare, ulti. Does not matter to me. You're not going to disrespect me like that after I absolutely demolish you with Marincess. Hail? Nah, bro. What? Whew. Alright. That's absolutely absurd. He says you win, gives me his Madolche deck, and leaves without collecting his 2nd place prizing. Everyone was stunned as they all seen it go down and him leaving. Then they all asked me, "What did you do?" And I just replied, "I played the game and won." They continued their matches until time was called, and I go to get my Life Twins present playmat, plus 3 packs, plus Field Center for winning. So his pricing was his Life Twin playmat, 3 packs, and a Field Center. That's, not too bad at all. I did give the shop owner his deck, which was still in the deck box, and he said he'd give it to the guy if he comes back in. Never heard or seen from him again, but apparently the dude came back in the next day to get his deck since he had connections with the guy at the locals who knew I didn't take the deck. And that dude didn't talk to the shop owner about what happened when he came when he came either, so I assumed he was embarrassed. I did have a backup super rare field spell though, so it wasn't that big of a deal that it got ripped up. Wow. Guys, Yugioh players are fucking insane, man. Like, what is actually wrong with us, man? We are fucking absurd. That, bro got disrespected so bad by Marincess that he had to take it upon himself to rip the field spell up, leave, not collect prizing, and he still picked up his deck the next day. You're not catching me in that shop ever again. It's similar to that first story. I mean, I'm moving countries. Guys, like, you got me absolutely fucked up. You think you're gonna see me around there again? Like, I got pride, I have honor. Like, holy. These kids are absolutely absurd. Their parents did not teach them right from wrong. They're just living in anarchy. They're, yeah. Hey, man, I mean, some people are just like that. I've seen my fair share of Yu-Gi-Oh freakouts. Nothing too crazy, honestly. I mean, similar to something like, not even similar to stories like this, just people yelling, no one really getting in fights. It's, you know, stuff like that doesn't really happen all too much. I can give you guys one story. I'll do my best to leave names out of it. I'll say player A, player B. I guess that's probably the fairest way of, you know, telling a story without giving names. Let me take a drink of this tea real quick. So, I'm at locals. I'm a little kid at this point, right? I'm probably like, you know, maybe 14, 15. I couldn't even drive. I remember, you know, my mom had to drop me off at locals, or my buddy, he was there and he picked me up and dropped me off and shit like that. So, it's during Spiral format. So, 2017. Well, if that's the case, if it was 2017, then I probably wasn't, or I know I wasn't 14. I'm a little bit older than that, you know. Probably, maybe I was around like 16 or so, something like that. Somewhere around 16 possibly, but I see two guys dueling. Player A, you know, player B. Player A is playing some shitty rogue deck. I don't even remember what it was, but player B is playing Spiral, absolutely full comboing. I mean, saucing, tossing. I mean, doing all of it to him, right? He's giving him the business. And, you know, player A right now, he's feeling a little bit disrespected because he's getting his he's getting his shit clapped, getting bent over and penetrated to all hell. Dude, I'm telling you, it is not looking good for player A. And, you know, he's pretty calm though. I mean, you can kind of see he's getting frustrated a little bit as player B just keeps comboing the fuck out of him, just kind of just burning through his plays. Because player A, you can tell he doesn't have interruptions, or at least, you know, it doesn't really seem like it, right? And I'm a young kid, young impressionable, you know, 15, 16-year-old at the time I'm watching it. And I think it's one of the coolest things ever, because I like playing competitive. I like combo, you know, stuff like that. When people are comboing, I think it's pretty sweet, especially if you played back in Spiral format. That was a combo. I mean, you want to check out a combo, and that was something for sure. Pretty annoying to play against, but no biggie. And this is the closest to a fight I've ever really seen as far as Yu-Gi-Oh. Closest thing to, you know, physical contact, right? I don't remember what exactly player B was saying, man. I think he might have been talking shit a little bit. Just, you know, I thought they were friends, but I think he thought they were friends too. I thought it was friendly banter, right? And player A is still calm as fuck, but, you know, once player B stops talking, you know, he wraps up his shit talking. Player A looks at him. Death stare. Let me tell you, death stare, man. I've never seen anything like it. It's like one of those stares that your dad would give you if he's trying to beat your ass. Like, you know, he's like, you say one more thing, or you do one more thing that's dumb. It's the death glare, right? Right before he gives you the backhand. So, player A gives it to player B. He asked him, he's like, yo, you want to resolve this? We're going to take it outside. Player B's like, what? He's like, what? What are you talking about? He thought he's like trolling. He's like, nah, you disrespecting me. Like, you want to be like that? Let's go outside then. What's up? I was like, damn. I'm over here like, what the hell? I was like, yo, fight. I was like, I want to see it. I didn't say anything, but, you know, the high schooler in me definitely wanted to antagonize that. You guys ever know in high school, you know those kids that they didn't get in fights, but they would definitely antagonize the shit out of people who were willing to fight. Like, you see two kids bantering, and that kid just comes in third party, just like he's like, yo, you gonna kick his ass or what? Like, personally, I wouldn't take that. Like, that was me, dude. That was literally me. I was the kid that would antagonize the shit and then just record it, like, and then I dip out because no one's ever gonna catch me in a fight like that. I'm good. Like, you know, in high school, I'm a scrawny kid. At least freshman year of high school, scrawny. I'm like 5'6", man. I'm short. My parents are short. They're like 5'4", 5'3", something like that. There's no hope for me. You know, absolutely no hope. I was never playing basketball in my life. The greatest accomplishment I could get is probably playing checkers or some shit like that. But, you know, in a scenario like this that I just read off to you guys, I'd be the guy that's just antagonizing everybody. I think we got one more. We got time for one more, so there's a quick one right here. There's about maybe 5 minutes or so left in this video. Let me know what you guys think about this kind of content too. I mean, you just got something playing in the background, got a good old story time going on. You got my commentary, my shit talking. So this one says, actually, let me get a good old sip of this tea because I feel like getting a little bit dry here. Alright, last story right here. Keep in mind, guys, I don't know, I haven't read these stories before I'm reading to you. You know, this is the first time I'm reading it to you, so if it's a shitty story, don't blame me. Go, I don't know, fuck off somewhere else. Says, this isn't a story from any tournament, but from two people who left a very bad experience for me, to the point that I quit playing Yu-Gi-Oh for 11 years. Honestly, congrats, man, because most people get caught up in this shit. They come back next year and they're playing and they're hating it still. So back in 2011, I was playing Cyber Dragon, specifically going for OTKs with the fusions. Honestly, based. I had a guy in his mid-20s and his brother, he was like 14 at the time. Both were sore losers. The 14-year-old being the worst. He would have tantrums and would pout and act like he just lost money when it was just casual games. He would throw a fit every time he would lose a game, to the point he'd stomp out of the room. It got so bad with his outbursts that I started forcing myself to lose. I don't care if this kid is 5, 10, 15, or even 20. I'm never throwing a game. I am kicking the shit out of this kid. Does not matter. Anyways, and it wasn't just with Yu-Gi-Oh, it was with every game. I swapped to Magic the Gathering so I wouldn't have to deal with them, and they joined that too. I didn't allow them to play it with my local group that played, and I enjoyed Magic the Gathering from 2013 to 2016, until a few in that group went south with tantrums that I quit entirely. Dude, card game players, TCG players are just the most childish people ever. I mean, maybe that's the same with, you know, Smash players or maybe COD players too. I have no clue, but I just feel like we got it the worst down here. Anyways, was watching people play with God card decks recently, and I came back. It took over 10 years to finally get past the trauma of childish people who can't stand losing. Honestly, man, it's probably not much better. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, we're fucking... Dude, I'm telling you, Yu-Gi-Oh players are wild, bro. I mean, we read a couple of these stories right now, and I feel like there's some even crazier stories out there. Like, I gotta start asking people. Maybe we'll do some interviews. Like, I feel like this segment definitely has some potential. I mean, if we get another Yu-Gi-Oh player, another veteran on this segment, it could be fun for sure. There are some people that have, you know, just long amounts of experience in this game, so I'm sure they got a lot of fun stories to tell. But honestly, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for that segment. You know, we got a couple minutes left on this feature match. This originally it was a it was like a 50-minute long video. I put this bitch on 2x speed and we're just burning through it, so I hope you guys are enjoying watching it. Like I said, it's just me testing, you know, striker chains with my buddies, playing the Umi control. Figured we'd fuck around and, you know, play the game. So we yeah, put it on 2x speed, read some videos or read some experiences and go from there. So if you guys want to see more of this type of content, just me, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh and chilling, reading some stories, let me know, because I'm down to read some stories, especially with casual games like this where I don't have to, you know, commentate it as well. I don't have to read you the play-by-play and think of thought process or anything. It's nice to just chill, maxing, relaxing. So I definitely enjoy it, but we're wrapping to the end of this game. It looks like I'm about to OTK the shit out of Austin. He's about to get smacked by a Lieb to the dome. He's on 2 cards. I got Lieb and I got Pegasus on board. I imagine I'm gonna attack and then go into a Zeus. Okay, that makes sense. With 3 cards in hand, I don't think he's really outing Zeus. Fenrir is pretty damn good though. I'll give that to him. It'll at least fetch out a battle phase. Yep, easy enough. 2 cards. I mean, if you can clear the board, feel free, but he's going to set 1 card, pass it over to me. I got the terraforming. That's pretty good top deck, if I do say so myself. Searching Revolving Switch already reveals the Umi in hand. DC Stealth 2 for the top deck, and that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I do appreciate you guys, especially the ones that stuck all the way until the end. Please let me know what you think of this type of content. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you have any comments for me, leave them in the comment section below. I get back to every single one of those comments, so feel free. Give me some feedback. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. And if you feel up to it, please subscribe, guys. It helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!